Jimmy Dick's International League.
Hello. Today we're going south of the border. We're going to do roast beef burritos. This is going to be good. I'm starting this a day in advance. So the night we're getting ready to go to bed, so I'm going to throw this in now. This is a 3 or a 4 pound rump roast. Underneath that I have just 1 onion sliced up. Over here I have 4 cloves of garlic and then 4 of these poblano peppers that I grew out back. They're small because it was the end of the year and I had to pull them before the frost. And then I froze them, so they're froze solid. I'm going to cut those in half too. So let's get to building this little Flavor Town masterpiece. So first I'm going to put in my 4 cloves of garlic that I cut in half. Then my peppers that I'm also cutting in half, or at least splitting open so all the goodness comes out. What I like about, I'm going to cut the tops off, I think. And that'll do it. What I like about poblanos is they have some heat, but it's not crazy. Next, teaspoon. This is cumin. Just a teaspoon of this goes a long way. People, I think, go crazy with cumin and it gets too much. Then a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And then we're going to go with a half a teaspoon of cayenne. Crushed red pepper, basically. And then we're going to go back to the teaspoon. And this is nothing more than beef bouillon. And now we're going to do a tablespoon of Goya adobo. This stuff's good for everything. So just shy of a tablespoon. There's a lot of flavor. And because we're doing Mexican, scram. Let's do a Corona. And as you can see, I'm doing Corona Light because I'm all about the sexy body and maintaining it. So 1 bottle of that. That's not quite enough. Liquid. So I'm going to add some water. Because some of the water is going to evaporate. You don't want it to, get dry on you. So just add enough water until it's almost submerged. That's probably good. Then you slap a top on it. Well, bam. I'm going to cook this on low overnight. I'll check on it in the morning and I'll show you what it looks like. Booyah. Oh man. Would you look at that? It's about 8 hours later. It's early morning. You can see that my frozen peppers have plumped up. I'm going to remove those. So I'm going to take this out, let it cool, then I'm going to shred it. Alright, I'm all shredded up here. Some people use a fork. I prefer to use fingers because you can control how big your shreds are. And if you come across any pockets of fat, you can remove them. So this was a very lean rump roast. So there really wasn't a lot of fat on there. So to continue with the flavorness, I'm going to add some of these onions in here. Because a big roast like this, it's hard to penetrate deep down with all of the flavors that you have going on in here. So I'm just going to put some of these onions in there. Not all of them. I'm not going to put any peppers in there because they haven't been peeled. And those can be hard to digest. And then just to add a little bit of to make sure it's not dry like some roast can be. Just some of that sauce. You don't want to add too much because you don't want it wet, but you really don't want it dry either. And as you can see, well, you can't, but I can. None of that has reached the bottom yet. That's how you know that you haven't put too much in. So, you know, once you see it going through and collecting on the bottom, just a little bit, you know you have enough. So I'm going to put just a little extra in here. All right, and that's it. So this is the roast ready to be put into a burrito. And that, I'm going to show you how I do. It's going to be really cool. It's assembly time. All right, I just have water boiling over a screen, simmering really, because I'm going to steam this tortilla. That way when I roll it, it won't tear or break apart and all that good stuff. I also have beans ready to go. Put those, oops, sorry. Let's put these over here. So you just give it a couple flips and it will be ready in no time flash. That's good. Fast? Whatever I'm trying to say. Alright. Now, here's how I do it. I take a scoop. I try to find the long way. A little scoop-a-doo of the refried beanage. Then some cheese. You're like, what? I know that ain't all the cheese you're putting on there. Well, you know right. Then the beef. Now, there's nothing wrong at all with hamburger. I do hamburger burritos all the time. But for special occasions, you bust out the beef, the roast beef. And really, it makes a huge difference. Okay. So that's pretty much stuffed. Now I'm going to roll this monster. Tuck in my little ends. And roll it again. Now if I didn't steam that, this thing would be broke apart. Then I'm just going to set it right here on the plate, folded side down. And I'm going to repeat. Normally I would take this and then I would put a toothpick in it and fry it in oil. But again, because I'm such a health conscious individual and got this slamming physique, I'm going to do it in the air fryer. I'll show you what that looks like. I forgot to show you one thing. So if you want a little extra flavor, because you know I'm all about the flavor, this is just taco season mix. Just going to do a little bit of sprinkle on the beef. The beef does have flavor on it, and you're just doing a very little sprinkle. However, I like more flavor. I mean, that's optional. You sure don't have to do it, but I thought I'd show you. Well, it's time to cook these babies up. I'm going to spray a little Pam. I'm going to put a couple of these in here. I don't know how many I can fit. Looks like 2. They're pretty good sized. I'm going to spray these with Pam just a little bit. And we're going to put them in the air fryer. And we're going to cook them for 10 minutes. Alright, see you in 10. Look at this. Look at this nice and crunchy crunch burrito. Man. Looks fried, but it's not. We're going to smother this down with green chili, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Ah, scram! Check it out. Smothered, air fryer. Oops, sorry, there's a finger. Burrito. With some Spanish rice. Does it get any better than that? I don't think so. Hope you try it. Have a good one.